Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tom, what's happening? What is happening, Tom? So yeah, here we are doing a little testing. Where do you think we are, Tom? Let me know where you think. Let me. How am I going to say it? Let me know if you know where I'm at. That's the word. All right. Tom says he can hear me. Hello, Magoo. Hello, Matthew. So where do you think I'm at? Where do you think I'm at? So we're doing a little test stream here. Colin, what's up? What's happening? Any guesses to see where I'm at? We'll give you guys a few minutes to guess where I'm at. Where am I? That is the question. Where am I? We're doing a test stream. Let me know how it looks and sounds. Tom says I'm at Fort Worth. Oh, Piathon says I'm at Fort Worth Alliance. Matthew says San Antonio. Tom says I'm at White Settlement Road. Well, that is correct. But where is White Settlement Road? Where am I? Good call, Tom. You're a man of details. Magoo says, am I at Alliance? Am I at Alliance? Kevin Kelly says, am I at Alliance? Interesting. I could be. Let's, I will reveal in 10 minutes. If somebody, actually we'll reveal it in 5 minutes. So at 4:10 we'll reveal it. So right now, yeah, we're just doing a test stream to see if we've got a solid connection out here. And see if we get bugged by police or security. So that's a lot of what we're testing for. So obviously there's a runway, so that's a good sign. So where am I is the question of the day. Probably should have used my other SIM card for this because it only had like 12 gigs left. That's all right though. But let me tell you, wherever I am, it's freaking hot. And there's no clouds, and it's hot. Just like yesterday. So that is the facts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, any guesses? Everybody seems to say Alliance. I'll give you 4 more minutes. At 4:10, I'll let you know where I'm at. Oh, look at that. There's a jet that seems to be taking off. Can we see that? What is that? Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Some military action. What is that? I didn't attach the other microphone because I knew it would be pretty loud. W says FTW. FTW, am I at Fort Worth Meacham? Am I at Fort Worth Meacham? That is the question. W says I'm at Fort Worth Meacham. W says now Joint Reserve Base. Joint Reserve. Yeah, I think it was an F-22 that just flew by. I'm a little rusty since I've been away from Hill Air Force Base in Utah for a few months. Not as good in my aircraft. But yeah, that looked like, yeah, that's an F-22 right there. So, Colin, what's up? Louie, what's up? Yeah, we're playing a game of Guess Where Pip's At. Doing a test stream here. We just saw a F-22 fly by. So, interesting. Where do you think we're at? Where are we? Tom says White Settlement Road. Debbie, does that give anything away? I think it's an F-22. See, that's why I'm just going to say it's a supersonic jet. That's all I'll say. I'm not very good with military. I can get about the C-130, and the F-22 and F-35 are very similar. So you have to be careful. Payathon says Joint Reserve Base. W says Carswell. Go to SPS. Car Wash. Well, all I know is it's one of the two. And I'm a little rusty. But yeah, good job, everybody. I think we finally found the answer. That's right. I am at the Joint Reserve Naval Station over here in Fort Worth, Texas, which is also the home of Lockheed Martin's manufacturing. So that's why you would see the F-22 and the F-35. So good job, everybody. Give yourselves an applause. That's right. We're doing a test stream here at the manufacturer of Lockheed Martin and the Joint Reserve Base. So great job, everyone. All right. We're just standing on the outskirts here along the road. But yeah, we are in White Settlement, Texas, which is just to the west of Fort Worth. So I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. And there you can see, over the fence, you can see downtown Fort Worth. So we're on the west side of the Metroplex and the west side of Fort Worth. But there you can see some of the skyscrapers of Fort Worth. So this is the Joint Reserve Base and Carswell, yeah. Excellent work. Yeah, the Military Jet Factory. Quasi Place, you got it. Wait, what? So we're doing a test stream. So I just wanted to see if this is a possibility because it's still freaking hot as hell on earth. But this is a good sign, folks. This is a good sign. Very good sign. I do need to get like a LCD monitor on top of my camera so I can see what I'm filming and I don't have to look at the computer always. Because I'm trying to keep my trying to keep the computer cool and also the Wi-Fi hotspot cool as well. But yeah. How about that? Little military action. Where's Michael Walker? Giving him some military action. Coming right at you. Louie, thanks for being a member. There's the tower of the Joint Reserve Base and some of the hangars. So it's pretty cool. I'm not too familiar. I will tell you right now, I don't know a whole lot about this air base and military installation and factory. What I do know is Lockheed Martin manufactures a lot of aircraft from here. That's what I do know. And so it's pretty rad. Thanks for being a member for 8 months. I love it, DB. Tom Marchand is betting his life it's an F-35. That's right. It doesn't say anything about streaming on the shoulder. That is affirmative. I just wanted to see if this could work. So far, I like the returns, folks. Feeling pretty good. Now, I've only been on the air for like 10 minutes, so I don't know if somebody's going to come complain. But I am pulled off the shoulder a fair distance, so. So that's pretty rad. So you're welcome. As we check out here, as that fighter jet is landing. And taking off, doing some touch and goes. That's right. So just enjoy this beautiful test stream and get your giggity 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 action going. I think I saw an F-16 doing like tandem with it earlier, about a half hour ago. So pretty rad. Yeah. It is pretty cool if it wasn't so dang hot. Lockheed Boulevard, yeah. I'm actually off of Lockheed Boulevard, I guess is the where you want to call it. In fact, let me close my door here because I'm trying to keep the computer cool so my van is open, the door is open, so I can put my laptop in the cool air along with the Wi-Fi hotspot. But yeah, this is Lockheed Boulevard. If you go straight down there, you'll go right into the Lockheed plant. You can see the gate right there, in fact. So, pretty cool. So hopefully what we can do when it's not, when I have adequate equipment or whatnot, I can keep everything cool and just, I don't really have to do a whole lot. That's the nice thing of this location. I'm kind of staring right down the runway, which is fairly cool. So, but yeah, we are here at the Joint Reserve Base here on the west side, Carswell. And this is also where Lockheed Martin's factory is. And this is where they manufacture the F-22, F-35 also, I think. Now, again, I'm not super knowledgeable on this airport like I am many others, so in fact, I can probably tell you most of you probably know more about this base than I do, or this airstrip. But regardless, it's cool that it's working here. So I don't think anybody's ever tried to stream out here before. So this is another Pip Hastings first. So, yeah. That's good advice. Tom, thank you so much. Wow, I didn't expect that. But Tom, thanks so much for your $10 Super Chat contribution. Richard, I lived in Ogden, Utah, right by Hill Air Force Base, and it was always hard for me to tell the F-22 and F-35 apart. So you have to look very carefully because they're very similar. So thank you, Tom, man. That means so much. Appreciate your generosity. Yeah, so Wichita, Tom, you were telling me about that. The winds, I saw what the winds are forecast at, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on those. That might be an issue because around Wichita there's not a spotting area per se or a parking garage that gives you a good view of the runway. So that's 50-50. I'm 100% sure we'll go to Oklahoma City because one of two things is going to happen with Oklahoma City is we're either going to stream from inside the mezzanine level if it's too windy or too hot, which won't be as fun, but will be much more comfortable for me. Or we'll try and stream on the parking garage there at OKC. So Wichita is 50-50. Oklahoma City is 99%. I did ask my dad if he wanted me around for Father's Day, and he says, no, I'm good. And my dad always lies because he just does, because he's a good dad, because he knows I'm trying to do stuff here. But either Sunday or Monday, we'll do Oklahoma City, and then Wichita's kind of 50-50 with those winds and that weather, Tom. So you were telling me about the weather, and when I looked at it last night, the winds were pretty stiff. So that's the catch. So I won't rule it out, but I would say from the forecast, I'm not feeling too confident on Wichita. I am feeling 1,000% confident for Oklahoma City. It's just a matter of which day it's going to be. Is it going to be Sunday or is it going to be Monday? Because as you know, Sunday is Father's Day, and family's important to me, so I want my dad and family to know that he's appreciated, of course, being Father's Day. So I will shoot you an email, and I will let you know, of course, Tom. Absolutely. Holy cow, 77 degrees? That sounds amazing. Holy crap. Dang, John South. Well, ouch, I just hit my head. So the other airport that's fairly close by, I would probably say 10 miles to the northeast, is Fort Worth Alliance, and that's where FedEx has kind of one of their cargo bases, is at Alliance. And then there's a couple of overhaul factories there at Alliance. So we talked yesterday about doing a 24-hour stream in Dallas, and that's where I would stream from like 12 or 11:30 p.m. to like 3:30 a.m. and then go back to DFW. So what's up, Andrew something? So thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support, dude. I really appreciate it. Glad to bring it to you. So as long as security or police don't, spot us or we get shot down with a missile, this could be a good opportunity here. The one downside of being here is you have to be patient, because it's not like there's any scheduled arrivals, or we don't know the scheduled arrivals. So you have to be patient sometimes. What's up, Cougar Tracks? Great to see you. Robert, I'm located at an airport, outside of a military installation, and a Lockheed Martin factory over on the west side of Fort Worth, Texas. It's called the Joint Reserve Base Naval Air Station, or Carswell. And Lockheed Martin also has a manufacturing facility. So, yep. So that's the one downside, is you often have to be like you're out on a stakeout waiting for planes to take off and arrive. Just because there's no really scheduled arrival aircraft that I know of that fly into the JRB here. So we call it the JRB, so the Joint Reserve Base. That's usually the easiest nomenclature for me, because I'm like, oh, I know where that's at. Sounds nice, Delta Alpha Lima. So basically anywhere but Texas. But people have said, why don't you try looking at streaming out there? So here we are. So in the wintertime and the fall, this would be awesome. Not so much in the summer, though. Oh, nice, Andrew. Delivering for Papa John's. And I even asked Morgan if he wanted to go out to dinner. And I haven't heard back from him, so. But I want to say this runway is, okay, so it's at least 9,000 feet. 10? 10.5? 11? 11,000 feet, maybe? So yeah, we're just testing to see if everything looks good, sounds good. We're hanging out here for a few minutes, see if any other action comes our way. And now it's rush hour, so I don't know if I may just go up to Alliance and test there too, or just hang out on the west side until traffic is died down. Because I'm on the far west side and I live on the northeast side of the Metroplex. So I'm about 50 miles from home. Cool, Robert. It's 4:23. He might be sleeping, but he doesn't sleep this late. Or will Princess, his lovely wife, let him? So yeah, Oklahoma City's probably a 100% go, a 99%, if 99% I should say, either Sunday or Monday. Wichita's kind of like a 50-50. Just the winds are going to be really stiff, and so I don't know if that's going to be good, especially when I have no shelter at Wichita. Yeah, it's a Lockheed factory. Yeah, yep. Roger that, Dan. So almost 12,000 feet. I don't know. He's busy working, Delta Alpha Lima. Yeah, this Joint Reserve Base and military installation and also Lockheed Martin factory sits on the west side of Fort Worth. Just like, I don't know, 20 minutes outside of downtown Fort Worth. It's okay. This is a pop-up stream. I was just testing it. I told you guys I was going to be testing today, but I'm just making sure there's a solid, steady connection right where I'm at. So I'm just making sure. So far, we're looking pretty good. I don't know, John, because people do stupid things. And so everyone's suspicious of everyone. So, but this typically is a well-attended area, so I just have never been here before. So I never know what to expect. I have not done Shepherd, Dan. You're right. There is a good bit of action, especially because it's a training Air Force base. I've actually flown into Shepherd once on American Eagle, but never spotted up there. I don't know if there are any good areas. I would probably want a DFW spotter or somebody a little more experienced to let me know, because I don't know. But yeah, Shepherd's up there too, and there's also an Air Force base down in San Antonio. There's a lot of Air Force bases around Texas and Oklahoma, and Kansas for that matter, because you've got McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, and then you have Tinker Air Force Base in OKC. You've got Shepherd. So, and then Lackland down in San Antonio, I think. Or Kelly? I can't remember. Apologies on that. So yeah, we're just doing a little test. So far, things working pretty good. So I'd like to see. They may be done for the day because they probably run in shifts, 8-hour shifts, or maybe it's 10. I don't know. I actually don't know of anybody offhand who works at Lockheed Martin out here, so that would be a new one. But yeah, this air base is primarily, or used a lot by Lockheed Martin for testing, and the military for testing. But I've seen everything from like a C-17 to a Galaxy to a C-130 to the F-22, F-16, F-35 over here. So that they were. The old L-1011s, that's an affirmative. You got it, John. I would say temperature's about 95, 94, 95. I just think anything past like 90 all feels the same, right? So yeah, this will probably be something we'll have to do either early in the morning when it's not so hot, or obviously in the fall. But I've always wanted to get out here for a long time, so I'm pleased that everything looks pretty good so far. I'm liking the results. Interesting, Dan. Thanks. So I won't bore you too much longer. We'll wait for a few more minutes. We'll wait till we'll wait for 15 more minutes, and if we don't get any more action, then I'll pack up. I might, depending on traffic, head to Alliance and check that out, or I might go to. I don't know if I'll go to Meacham. I'll probably end up, if I do go somewhere, I'll probably do a test streamer for Alliance, or I'll just drive back home and have dinner and do my thing. But I wanted to get out here, and I'm glad we accomplished that today here at the Joint Reserve Base, Lockheed Martin Factory. John, I'm so glad you asked that question, because I was mulling if I should say anything. Here's the deal. So Caroline is my buddy. Walt's always been nice to me. And Dean from Vlogging Everything has always been nice to me, so I don't have a problem with those. However, I want you to think of this if this was your business. And when people are promoting somebody else on your business's land, or that's a problem. So I would simply ask that people just, if it's Carolina or Walt from Runaway DFW or Oz or, Dean from Vlogging Everything, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem. And Reverse Ops from Hawaii. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't want to hear anything about, I would prefer not to hear anything about AVL or LA Flights, because They already. Oh, and Sal, of course. They just sit there and they milk it. So, if I, so thank you, John, for asking that. What's up, Yorkshire? And I know that sounds kind of rude, but also, quite frankly, this is my only source of income right now, and so I'm gonna work my butt off. And what I don't need is people saying, "Oh, did you see this on such and such stream?" Well, if that's the case, you know what? Then go on their stream. So they may ignore it, but I interact with people too much to not ignore it. There you go. Carolina gets it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too sensitive. I just, you know, and here's the other thing. Everybody can choose what they choose to watch. You know, that's the great thing about capitalism and choosing. But, so I don't know, John. I will probably be kind and patient, but I don't really like it when I hear something about AVL or LA flights. Mostly because they just cherry pick. They're just cherry pickers. You know, and give Kevin credit for AVL because I think he was one of the first. So, but that's just me. Now you touched a sore spot, so now I'm going to stop myself. There you go, Colin. So I also need to be kind to everybody else. That's the other thing. So, I don't want to act like a jerk. So I'll deal with it. I'll be patient, but on the other hand, how spoiled of it does it look me if I get frustrated at that? I can only focus on what I do. So I think the best policy is just, focus on what Pip does, not what other people do. So, Sal's a good guy. Sal's my buddy. Caroline is my buddy. Walt's a gentleman and whatnot. And so I guess to answer the question, John, is case-by-case basis. But I always got to be nice to everybody. So there's a quote that there's a quote. Okay, so there's a quote I love, and even though Jason Garrett didn't win a Super Bowl here in Dallas, but I love his quote. He says, "Winners worry about winning, losers worry about winners." So I can only control what I do. So if people want to mention that, so be it. But my job is to do the best job I can. So you can't compare yourself to others. So I'll lighten up. I'll lighten up and deal with it. And does it bug me? Yeah, a little bit it does. But is it super consequential in the long run? No, it's not. So we'll just say that. I'll always give an honest answer. What's up, Vince S? Yeah, sounds awesome. That's right. Got to run your own race. Got to run the own race. I mean, would I love to be them or would I love to be them? Of course. I'd love to have 700,000 subscribers or 300,000 subscribers or 20,000 subscribers. Sure. But if you focus on what other people are doing, you'll worry about what they're doing and not what you're doing. So winners worry about winning and losers worry about winners. So You run your own race, like Joe said. Well, thanks, Dan. That's what I'm trying to kind of set things apart is both, my background, my professional background, and my willingness to go try new airfields. So I kind of like that. It's refreshing. I have ADD, aviation ADD. Yep. Good to see you, Vince. I know Sal's a good guy. Sal is a good guy. And Carolina and I are going to figure out what to do. So I'll probably be... Remember, we're flying out to D.C. I'm flying out to D.C. on the 26th. So I'll be streaming out there. Yep. Exactly, Carolina. So this is, for those of you just tuning in, this is actually the Joint Reserve Base on the west side of Fort Worth. That's also the Lockheed Martin factory. So you'll see a lot of military aircraft tested here and flown here. Now, again, I talked about it, but being that it doesn't have necessarily scheduled aircraft, sometimes you have to wait a little bit and talk about life like we are now. But I'm very happy that this is testing well. And so far, it looks pretty good, sounds good, so I'm very happy. Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta. Yeah, not worth getting, not worth it. That's right, Joe. I mean, let's face it, we all like to feel special. That's why I try and make it a point to try and say hi to everybody. Because you guys are, and gals are all part of my stream and friendships. So, if it's not for you, then I have no stream. So each and every one of you is extremely important to me. Oh, Air National Guard, C-130 inbound. All right. Thank you, Dan. We'll keep an eye on that. What is up, Chaotic Bean? All right, Dan, we'll hang around for a few minutes. I will keep an eye out. The nice thing is this is only one runway. It goes north and south with the prevailing winds. So we have south winds today, so all the departures and arrivals we'll be able to see very well. So we will just wait here for a few minutes. Thanks, Dan. William. Ha! You just kind of felt special? Yeah, write that down. Winners worry about winning. Losers worry about winners. All right, Dan. Roger that. Thank you. DB Bassman, the Scottish flag. Cheers. Just got their backsides handed to them on a plate by Germany with Euro 2024 underway. Well, here's to the next match. Well, I guess we better hope for good wins, Carolina. Bill, what was that? You know what? I think my camera might have shut down. Stand by, because it's so hot. It's not too hot. But see, that's something you always got to be aware of. The IATA airport code, I don't know if they have an IATA airport code. Again, this is one of the few places I'm not very knowledgeable on. This is my first time being out here, and being a joint reserve base and military installation. I don't know if it does. So yeah, I don't know that it's got an IATA code, but again, I'm not too familiar, so if somebody wants to answer that, by all means, because I do not know. Okay, so here we go. F Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel. Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel is the IATA. And there we go. Thank you, Joe. Oh, man. What's up, M Aviation? Thanks, Joe. So, yeah, I just looked it up. Fort Worth is Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel. Thank you. But it's a pretty rad place. This is cool. Like on a not hot day, this would be great. We could probably even hold a barbecue out of here. You got it, Carl. Great question. Matt Man, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. IATA stands for the International Air Transport Association, and ICAO is the International Civil Air Organization, I believe. So the categories are different, and there's also different rulings. That's way above my pay grade, so. That is affirmative. Yeah, John Southwell says Fort Worth Alliance, and Fort Worth Alliance is actually about, call it 10, 15 miles to the northeast of where I'm currently at. And Matt Man, giving you an update if you're still on. Yeah, we are. I'm 100% or 99% sure about the Oklahoma stream. It's either going to be inside at the Oklahoma City Airport mezzanine level, which looks out over the ramp and the south runways, which won't be too helpful considering all the airplanes are arriving from the north to the south, or we'll do it from the parking garage. So I'm comfortable with Oklahoma City. Wichita's kind of a 50-50 play. They're expecting winds of 20 to 30, gusting up to 40 miles an hour. And with no, I know Wichita, I've been there before, and there's not really a plane spotting area or per se anywhere to rest the equipment. So that one's more in flux. So apologies, but got to keep an eye out for the weather. What's up, Ramona Aviation? Welcome into what is called the Joint Reserve Base, Carswell Joint Reserve Air Base Naval Air Station, and also the home of Lockheed Martin factory right there. So that's Lockheed Boulevard. You go right down. If you see that little gate down there in the distance, that's the gate for the plant. All right, Dan, thanks. I'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah, Oklahoma City should be good. The only catch, Matt, man, is because it is Father's Day. I did talk to my dad, and he's like, "Oh, you can go," but you know how your dads are always modest. They never share their true feelings. So I don't know. So it may be afternoon in OKC or Monday. But yeah, OKC is a go. That's an affirmative. T6. We saw a few of those when we were in Santa Fe. Little propeller testing aircraft. It's small, so I'm going to have to look closely, Dan. So I'm really happy. This is we were testing, and so far everything's looking pretty good. The only catch is the equipment because of how hot it is. So I don't want to say never, but I would not expect to stream from here anytime soon, unless we catch it earlier in the morning before it gets super hot. So just an FYI. All right, John, enjoy supper. Great to see you. We'll see you again. He is cool like that. But, you know, he's also 83, so I do try and stick around when possible. Like, my mom and my dad went on that cruise to Denmark during Mother's Day, so I get a free pass for that. So. What's up, Aviation LA? How's camp? How's it going? Welcome to the Joint Reserve Base here on the west side of Fort Worth. We did actually have, I can't remember, guys. I know I'm going to get it wrong, so I'm just going to call it a fighter jet. We did have a fighter jet do a couple of go-arounds. There, that way I'm covered. No, it's not KFW. It's actually KFWH. This is not Alliance Fort Worth. This is Joint Reserve Base Carswell and the Lockheed Martin factory. So this is actually FWH. And Alliance, which sits about 10, 15 miles north, is the AFW. No worries, Dan. No worries. No worries. So, with that being said, I'm going to get back in some air conditioning here. But thanks for everybody tuning well. By everything I see here, it looks like it was a successful test stream. So that is excellent news. Maybe you'll see me later at Alliance. If not, I'll give you an update of when we're going to be at Oklahoma City this weekend. So stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks, everybody, for the support. Thanks, Tom, for the contribution. And I appreciate the help there. So thanks so much, everyone. And thanks so much for tuning in and supporting the channel. And we will talk to you guys soon and keep you up to date on what's happening. So we look forward to seeing y'all. Thank you so much for letting me know everything looks good. And I appreciate your support as always. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and don't forget to be kind to one another. So appreciate it. Oh, the C-130, Dan? Are you sure? All right, I'll wait till the top of the hour, Dan. I will wait 7 more minutes. I will wait 7 more minutes. You got me for 7 more minutes, Dan. got me for 7 more minutes. So we'll wait until the top of the hour. Dan Reeves says there's going to be a C-130. So we will wait to see if there'll be a C-130. Melanie Cosmic Fox says the identity is Roper 91. All right. I will keep an eye out. I will look for that. It's call sign Roper 91. All right, so it'll probably be a few more minutes. So it's right now, it's just to the west of Decatur. All right, I'll stick around until it gets closer. I'll hook up the people. Thank you very much, Melanie. So I will tell you right away that military is probably my weakest area of aviation knowledge. So if you feel free to correct me if I said something wrong. And I'm not going to call them an F-22 or an F-35. I'm just going to call them a Viperous Warthog. No, that's the A-10. Sorry, it would be a Viper Lightning. We'll call it a Viper Lightning. Oh, there's a Viper Lightning. Yeah, we'll do that. That way I'm safe. But yeah, and that's probably my weakest area. No problem, Dan. That way I cover both bases, the F-22 and the F-35. It's a Viper Lightning. Well, there you go. There you go, Dan. You're hired. And Infidel Fireman knows military very well. So yeah, but definitely, I know a little bit more now that after living near Hill Air Force Base. But still, my knowledge is not that strong when it comes to military aircraft. But going back to Oklahoma City, either Sunday or Monday will be a good day because those tend to be peak travel days for people. So we'll have a good number of aircraft regardless. I do have to get the van back to my sister when I pick her up Tuesday evening from the airport. But other than that, and then we'll probably have a week left till I head to Washington D.C. I think I leave early in the morning. Actually, let me look here real quick. I remember the name differentiation, Dan. The F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning. But when I view them visually, they are very similar, and I have to do a double take. So I always is like, nope, yes, nope. So, all right, there's our roper down at 4,000 feet. All right. I think I'll buy it. I don't think it's going to land at Alliance. It could very well land at Alliance because they use that airport a lot too. A couple of 11,000-foot runways there at Alliance. And that airport was created by Ross Perot. There's a fun fact for you. Can I finish? Can I finish? This Ross Perot. That's what he sounded like. Rest in peace, of course. But Ross Perot was like, can I finish? We're going to make this country great again. $25 billion. I'm going to give voters $1,000 each to vote for me. Josh, good guess, but Fort Worth Alliance is actually 10 to 15 minutes north. By the way, I got your email. Thank you. Apologies on not responding back to it, but I will. Yep, but it's actually, Josh, it is the Joint Reserve Base here on the west side of Fort Worth. So, Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel. So here, the Lockheed Martin plant is out here as well. So we're trying out, this is my first time ever being out here, so I wanted to see if it's a possibility. Because I've actually had a few requests say, hey, could you see if you can stream out at the JRB? And I was like, well, okay. Give it a roll. Did I say KFWH? You're correct. Yeah, it's just my apologies. Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel. I do streaming. Yeah, this is my full-time income. This is what I try and do to make a career. My parents are really supportive, and I appreciate that a lot. So, thank you to Mama and Papa Pip. Yeah, you know what, Josh? I was actually, I did go to the Walmart as well to check out location and test the equipment. I liked it okay, but, you know, Walmart, if they see a guy with a camera, they'll be like, oh, what is he doing? So I didn't even bother with it. I just came over here, and this is fine for me. So, but yep. What? Couple Harriers? Nice, Andrew. All right. I think it's inbound. I think it's safe to say that we'll get this C-130 and then get out of here. I mean, Josh, you know that, the Walmart parking lot is super close. It's just, this is a good view. Plus, I don't have to deal with Walmart, So, yeah, this is satisfactory for me. I hope so, Chaotic Bean. Yeah, I am at 5,000. I'm pretty sure to Aviation LA, so I'm looking over the horizon for it. William, it's that was my really bad impression of Ross Perot. I have heard they're quite stingy. Those Perots. Parrots. Really on Saturdays? Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that, Josh. Hmm. I would have guessed obviously they're don't have as many shifts, but all right. Yep, I got it. I've got a visual on the C-130. Bert, bert. I see it. So I'm gonna see if I can catch this for you. But dang, is my camera hot? Yeah, this will definitely. I'll need to. I was thinking I could use the van, take out one of the seats, and have kind of like a uh, turret position. So there it is. There you guys, you can see it. Nice, Josh. Yeah, it's a great place to get sunburned and relax, Josh. I think I'm sunburned from just being out here an hour. It's, as you know, for those local yokels, there's no clouds. There's just sun and hot. Let me take my sunglasses off here for a second. Coming right up to greet us. You're welcome, Dan. Appreciate it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Happy to do it for you. And thanks, everybody, for contributing. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so via Super Chat, Super Like, one-time contribution for as little as 99 cents, or you can join the premium economy for beginning at 99 cents. You are welcome. But that is it. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to let my equipment cool off, and maybe we'll see you in Alliance. If not, we'll talk to you hopefully about Oklahoma City. But that does it for today's test stream. I think we can say an A-plus stream, and we'll just have to bring a lot of shade and also equipment. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. I'm going to get out of here and cool off. So thanks so much. We'll see y'all later. Make sure to like and subscribe and share with other people. We'll see y'all later. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.